city to burn.
Thank you, Keanu Reeves. You are a boss. Alright. With that being said, I don't care. I don't think my... Yeah, I'm bald. Oh, no, it's not really a bad balding. It just had a lot of mishaps with low ceilings and shit. And I don't give a fuck. Alright, we're not going to play that. We're going to play a little bit of the synthwave. There we go. Welcome everybody to Morning Coffee with James. I'm James, and this is my morning coffee, and this is my morning coffee show. How do y'all doing, folks? Yeah, I sound a little redneck there. Today we're going to be talking about more of what's been going on in the world recently with the riots and stuff like that, and some certain things I've heard, and just a bunch of things that I wanted to address. Let's start off with like something small for a change. We'll start off with the big stuff first. And that is the riots that have been going on all over the country, a little bit the protests and stuff like that. I'm gonna say up front, like this whole George Floyd thing. You know what happened to him? I think people. Here's the thing about this, and people. This is a catalyst for people to start rioting and stuff like that. And every time that something like this happens, I mean, it happened in Michigan, Flint, Michigan. It happened in... It's just an insanity kind of thing. It's like, you know, one black guy dies, and one black person dies, and everybody starts to riot. What happened to the protests? And now, I've talked about this in my other video, but I just want to address this. It's like, you know, it's kind of barbaric, and the fact that, like, you're looting and you want, you know, this whole idea of, like, black supremacy is scary to me. Now, granted, if you're a black person out there and you see this video and goes, well, you deserve it because white people are the devil and all this shit, and it's like, you're see my hairy chest. Okay. Try not to go any lower. I'm not gonna say why, but... Now I'm gonna be like called for being like, oh, you're exposing yourself. No, did you see anything? I have to look at this video again and vet this. So at the 2-minute mark, I have to look at this. So if it didn't work out, I will not put it up there. Half of you going, are you wearing any pants? It's like, well, it's hot in my room and I only have the fan there. So yeah, if you hear Trump wave playing and you see the fan, yeah, it is hot in here. And plus, I used to have a good setup back in my old apartment, but no, not here anymore. No, what pisses me off about this whole riot thing, and it's just like, and especially with the food shortages, the boogaloo is happening. It's gonna happen sooner or later, unless we get that economy kickstarting again, which I feel like it might. There's a heavy chance it, like, the economy code can go from here to just skyrocketing back. I have faith in that. I really do have faith in that, because it's like, because this is the age of chaos we're living in, and like, sure, it can go like dark and it can go bad, but you know, it's darkest before the dawn, like, you know what I mean, like, and I mean D-O-N, dawn. And I granted, like, I'm tired of people saying that, like, our president's racist and he's, like, only caring about white people. Because I've seen so many people commenting about this who are not into politics, who talk about, like, oh, the president's a racist. He's only talking about... No, he was like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Yo, the man worked in New York City since the 1980s. You can't be racist and be a successful billionaire in the 80s, and especially... you know, being a businessman in New York City. Because that is a multicultural city, okay? I'm so tired of this shit. He's a racist. It's like, where's your proof? Alright? Or are you reading into it as much? Or are you just are trying to find something there? And I know half the people are going to argue with me about this or not going to comment about this. So go ahead, make your comment down below. You know, give me evidence. In fact, no. Better yet, give me evidence of him being a racist in the past and stuff like that. Give me evidence, because I'd rather not take your word for it. I'd rather have the evidence. Because it is such... I'm so fucking tired of hearing about racism and this. And yes, we're living in a racist time. You know, but it's towards everybody. Everybody's been racist towards each other. Like, let me ask you something. Remember when that blonde lady got beaten up by that Somalian cop, and nobody batted an eye? But, you know, when a white officer kills a black officer, everybody loses their minds. And I'm not trying to be a race baiter here. This is not me defending the white nation or the black nation or yada yada yada. Both you supremacists are fucking, you know, are awful. Black supremacists and white supremacists. None of you are special. Stop it. The Dow hits an all-time low. All-time high. It's all-time high. Okay. Oh wait, this is a Trump wave thing. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it's a Trump wave thing. But it's gotten to a point where it's like we need to suck it up, man. We need to suck it up. We need to come together. This is the evil of man. This whole idea of greed and pride and prejudice and, you know, lust for revenge and, you know, envy and all this other things too. And it's like, yo, let's put this aside. And yes, I get it. Colin Kaepernick, you know, was kneeling for this, but like, honestly, it's like, then if that's the case, then we, like, you know, and I'm going to be honest with everybody. People have been getting fed up with the fucking cops. People have been getting fed up with the police for a while now. And I'm not talking about black people on this. I'm talking about regular white people. And I'm tired of this whole shit that, like, you know, white people get it easy. It's like, you know what? Again, living at home with my parents in my old bedroom, and I get no respect. I get no respect. Where's my what white privilege are you talking about? Oh yeah, you only get pulled over by a cop. Well, I don't act like a fucking asshole then. Okay? I don't act like an asshole. I'm probably gonna get fucking crucified for even speaking out about this, and probably gonna be like, well, you don't understand. Like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. My skin is not melatonin. All right. And I'm also just pissed off, man. I'm just so fucking tired of everybody's bullshit. It's like, yo, what happened? Like, some of these people who've been just like fucking assaulted by the cops. It's just, you know, we gotta talk about the police brutality in general. We gotta talk about the inherentness of this evilness that is going on in the police, you know, just this blind loyalty to, like, their job. I'm just doing my job. Really? You're just doing your job? Have you, just think about, maybe if, like, one good cop would just been like, yo, maybe you should get your fucking knee off that guy's neck. Or better yet, maybe we shouldn't just use excessive force on this individual. You know, or maybe we should talk about the fact that, you know, it's happening on both sides. You know, I'm sorry, but please put your pride away and look at the real situation here. This is divide and conquer. Class, race, sex, sexuality, you know, food products. We're being divided so badly in this country. That's what I'm trying to get towards. It's like, yo, we need to come together. And rioting and looting. Protest is fine, but rioting and looting is not. And from what I've heard, that CNN is now getting fucking attacked. And you know what? You get what you fucking deserve. You know, they're fake news. I'm sorry, but if you still follow and watch CNN or MSNBC or any of those echo chamber channels, and like, granted, yes, I watch Fox News, but I can go out of that echo chamber and go find something else that, you know, maybe contradicts that. You know, like Tim Pool or David Rubin or some other kind of news network. Hell, I go to One American News, which, you know what, is not a bad news network. Alright? It's not a bad news network, and I love Lizzie Wheeler, you know. I don't care what you say. She is a babe. She's probably gonna watch it and go, this weird man in his, you know, robe is talking about me. It's like, yes, I am. I have a coffee show that I just sit in my robe. And do I believe there's racism amongst the police force in America? Yes. Yes, I do. You know, I'm not blinded to it. You know, I've had people talk about it who've been integrated into the police, but who have been in the police force, and they see it. They know of it, you know. Again, this one guy named Joe, you know, talked about this, and he was like, yeah, they talked about, you know, he used to have, like, a shaved head and everything like that, but once he started growing out his hair, you know, natural... I'm afraid of even saying the word of what kind of hair it is. Natural black hair. Not my kind of black hair, but you know what I'm talking about. And I can't say it. It's very thick, I'll say that much. But it's, you know, they basically, like, were treating him differently. Like, you know, some of these cops you see with, like, bald heads, it's like... there's something on that, like, I think if we really want to take a look at it, let's break it down. Let's see what's going on with the police force nowadays. You know, we don't do that because it's just, why are the police, like, you know, okay, fine, let's look at it. It's not a white issue, and it's like, okay, just to blame white people all the time for your problems is not healthy. It's like, yo, we don't get any respect either. It's a, you know... Please, step out of your realm of, like, you know, your racism for a fucking second. And I mean everybody's racism. Everybody's fucking prejudice and pride. We gotta look at the situation at hand. We really need to look at the situation at hand. And I feel like that's the issue we're not looking at here. We're not looking at what's the real problem with with this. It's like, yo, let's... Adopted, made, I don't care anymore. I'm so, like, this is why I'm taking a break this week. There's so much shit going on in the world today, and it's just, like, insanity. There's so much insanity nowadays, and I just have to step back and just, like, relax for a second. Because I'm just like, yo, enough is enough. I'm just gonna I have to, like, reset my brain here for a second. And I know, shit is going crazy nowadays. And you know what? I don't care if CNN gets attacked. Like, I'm looking at it, violent George Floyd protesters attack, rioters, I want to say, attack CNN Center Unfold live on TV. You know what? You got what you fucking deserve. You fucking, you stoked the fires and then you got burned. I don't care if CNN gets fucking attacked. You know what? They're a fucking shitty news network. And not to say that everybody's like, well, then you watch Fox News. Have you ever watched Fox News, sat down and watched a couple of programmings of Fox News? Have you ever just decided, maybe, I don't want to watch this for a while, maybe I'll watch some CNN, I watch some Fox News. I've seen CNN, and it's just very echo chamberish, and they don't really talk about news, they just talk about other shit. And I know people out there are probably going to leave me. You know what? I do care, because it's like, I'm going to be honest with you. As a Republican, I see the shittiness of my own party. I really do. The fact that they treat marijuana like the devil's lettuce, and that they treat it as evil as heroin. Which, by the way, I've seen the effects of heroin. And by the way, I've done the other, like, intoxicants and hallucinogens. And I know people out there, it's like, oh, you do this. It's like, no. You want to hear the truth? Cocaine, underwhelming. It's a very underwhelming drug. I'm sorry, it's not that fucking great. Tony Montana lied to us. Hash, it's the same thing as marijuana. Mushrooms, I liked it. I'm sorry, but I've actually gained confidence after taking, like, one shroom, and that was it. Alright? Nothing bad happened. I didn't fly off the fucking roof. I didn't get into traffic. And I've smoked my fair share of marijuana because, you know what, it's not a hallucinogen. I don't see dragons or shit like that. But the problem with those substances is that we abuse them too much. And don't give me this bullshit that the pot culture's bad. If you don't like the pot culture, then you shouldn't like the alcohol culture, the drinking culture. It's 5 o'clock, summer, crack a beer and start drinking. And we comedically, make fun of the stoner and the fucking pot, the stoner and the alcoholic, because it's funny. Well, no, comedy, we shouldn't, veer away from it, and it also shows it's like, no, it's not helping. You know, comedy is supposed to be subjective, I get it. But you know what? When you see the reality of alcoholism, it's not funny. And it's very awkward when you have to be in that situation and you just want to run away. Leave him to his fate. Whoever the alcoholic is, leave him to his fate and go home. You know, wash your hands of it. And I have dealt with many people who've been on heroin. I've seen many people who have been, you know, alcoholics. And you know what? And that's another thing, too, I want to talk about. I know I'm going off on a rant here about drugs, but I know I should be talking about CNN and everything like that and all this shit, and talking about the party system, but my party didn't care for gay marriage. They were so, like, in love with the Bible and Christianity, and I get it. Christianity's not bad, but to be closed-minded and follow that book to a T is, like, kind of dangerous, because it's like, once you take, you know, I believe in separation of church and state. You can learn lessons from the church, but you should take those lessons and bring them into the state. You shouldn't take everything with you. You know, by the way, the Bible said don't eat shellfish, but I see a lot of motherfuckers out there eating, you know, a lot of shellfish. Trust me. But it's also the fact that, like, they don't care for gay marriage. They don't care for marijuana. You know, they wanna like, everybody wants to control your life. Both sides too. Don't tell me the Democrats are live life. They're not real classic liberals. There are some people, like, both sides have these. They have the classic liberals there, but they don't have the people telling you. They don't have classic liberals. Not everybody's a classic liberal on both sides. Some people are just way too conservative, and some people are way too fucking progressive. They need to step out of their boundaries a little bit and be like, oh, well, they're wrong. Like, no, just let them live their life. If you want guns and you want to hunt in Montana, fine, which I do. If you want to smoke marijuana, fine. You know, but, you know, we need to stop this whole, I want to control your life. I want to control, like, stop. All right? Stop. Let me live my fucking life, okay there, Chachi? And by the way, Mr. Razorfist, Mr. Rageaholic, I disagree with you. The reason why people would want to legalize drugs is not because they don't want to do drugs. It's because they don't want to see good people who want to do drugs get to go to jail for 5,000 years. Excuse me, I know I'm exaggerating. For 5 years for having an ounce of marijuana. And yes, I agree with you. We need to strike at the cartels with excessive force, in the same manner as Chuck Norris going after communists in Invasion USA. But to just say, and I mean it, to just say that I just want to do drugs is a bullshit concept, because, because I really do want to do heroin. I do want to cook up some fucking heroin and inject a needle into my fucking body. Oh yeah, I really do want to do the most harmful fucking drugs out there. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, I get it. You're conservative to the core. But let me be honest with you. There is I know we live in this day and age where people are living in the gray too much, and we need to look at the black and the white. But as somebody who's have seen the effects of drugs on people and experience the drug culture, I'm sorry, but no, you're wrong about that. You're absolutely wrong on that spectrum right there. Not everybody wants to do drugs. It's the fact that people just want to live their life. And yes, I'm sorry, you know, just keeping it criminalized all the time is not going to help anybody, because they're putting their effort into arresting good people who want to do drugs, not because they want to, you know, and they're going to focus on that, not the fucking cartels that you say we should go after. And yes, we should go after the cartels with excessive force. And I agree with you on that, big time. But you know, there's a lot of things I disagree with you. Metal Gear Solid is a fucking phenomenal game series. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry nobody's played Thief: The Dark Descent. I'm sorry. Okay there, Chachi? And by the way, Dennis Miller is a kick-ass comedian. We can both agree on. There's a lot of things I agree with you on that. And by the way, God of War, good game series. And yes, the fourth God of War game, much better than The Last of Us game series. Oh my god, the apocalypse is so hard. I'm sorry, but Mad Max, the Fallout franchise, and other good games have done that better, and yes, have made it fun as well. God fucking speed to you, Razor Fist. So, yeah, if you think I'm attacking you, I'm not. I just disagree with you. Alright there? Do your work. And by the way, I want to try the new System Shock too. It looks great. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. And you're probably not going to see the man in the blue robe talking to you. However, I want to address this though about the Democrats too. It's just like, no, they haven't decided to look at their own side yet. They haven't looked at it and went, oh, you guys are also fucking crazy. There's Democrats and there's Republicans who are close to that center who are just like, oh my god, my side's crazy. We should come together and work together. Hell, even the libertarians who are just like, there's a separation between left libertarians and right libertarians. I consider myself a right libertarian because I just don't care for both parties' bullshit. The die-in-the-wool Republicans or the die-in-the-wool, Democrats. You're both not helping our country. You refuse to work together and to make this country great. When Donald Trump said make America great again, he didn't just mean himself and the Republicans. He meant everybody. We all, and I mean this too, we all need to make America great again. God damn. We need to come together. It's such bullshit, I'm sorry, but god dang, man. God dang in general. We need to come together. This whole separation of church and state. It's just bullshit. We need to come together. And again, like, we need to look at this. Look, I'm not a churchgoer, and I'm not a bar hopper. I'm not a bar guy. But I like going to the bar once in a while because I feel like it's a treat and it's something necessary. It's one of those other things, and yes, I feel like the gym is a better thing, that is a better product of Western culture and civilization, because it's not just a place of just physically working out, it's also a place of mental working out and spiritual working out. And also I believe also the bar is another great place too for talking politics and culture and understanding one another. It's another great place. However, I do feel like, besides the gym where I like to go, I like going to the bar. And yes, if you like going to the bar, fine. I don't want to step on your rights to go to the bar. The churches, the parks, wherever you find your zen, you find your spiritualism, that's okay, or find your center. Go there. But we kept the liquor stores open, we kept the abortion clinics open, we kept the pot dispensaries open, we kept all these places open, but yet the churches, no. The gyms, no. The bars, no. I'm sorry, but you're increasing the problem here. You're not, and don't give me this bullshit, well, these alcoholics, it's like, no. As somebody who, understands substance abuse, keeping those places closed is a bad idea. Keeping the liquor stores open, because now you're increasing domestic abuse. Now you're increasing, alcoholism, drug use. People are gonna be lazier now. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you this much. I had to take a break from smoking marijuana, because I was falling into a rabbit hole that I was trying to get out of. And after a while, yeah, I feel better. I feel much better. My dreams have come back tenfold. And I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit. Sure, do I miss smoking a little? Do I miss, 420 blazing it? Yeah, true. But you know what? But I feel like I don't need it. And if my Republican aunts and uncles see this, they're probably gonna look down and shame at me. Well, I'm sorry, but you know what? This is America, all right? The land of the free and the home of the brave. The life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you don't believe in what I believe in, I'm sorry. You're not a classical liberal. All right, a classical liberal, not a classical conservative. I mean, granted, do I think we have a substance abuse problem in this country? Yes, and that doesn't include the marijuana and alcohol and the hard drugs. I also believe we have a substance problem with caffeine and television, social media. We have so many video games. We have so much substance abuse in this country that we don't look at the real fucking problem. Why are we doing this? Okay, I think I'm going off topic here, and it's 25 minutes in. That's all I gotta say for this video. If you enjoy this video, please comment down below and tell me what you think, and tell me what I should do next. Next week, I'm gonna focus on making my video, the next part of my video series called Dreams About My Brother. The next one's gonna be funny as hell. So yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting one, and it's something I've been trying to work on for a while. But I have a shitty T60 EOS Rebel T6 Canon camera, which, you know, is just poor when it comes to filming, but great for taking pictures. It's not a bad camera for taking pictures. And my phone that you all watch me on, that I'm recording myself, is absolute dog shit when it comes to taking this film, putting it on my computer, because it refuses, and I mean this too, it refuses to show the image. And I'm asking anybody out there, please help me there. Okay. This has been Morning Coffees with James, the Saturday edition. Take care, love you, and bye-bye. And remember, let's just love each other. Just be happy. All you need is love. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Peace.